All right, y'all. So we're meeting standing, feet hip width apart for just a few minutes of a cool down, a really important part of your workout. So taking some deep breaths here. Inhale, reach your arms out and up, raise your gaze, grow tall. And exhale, let your hands come back down towards your sides. A few more times. Big inhale, reach out and up. Big drawn out exhale. Two more like that. Inhale, reach out and up. Long drawn out exhale. Reach out and up. Exhale, release your hands. Amazing. We're going to grab our chair nearby or maybe head towards a wall for some balance support because we're going to stretch out our quads. So holding onto the chair and then reaching back for your foot. You could even hold on to the fabric of your leggings here or the fabric of your pants and pulling that foot in towards your tush. Stretching our hip flexor here. I told y'all we would stretch out that hip flexor. I know we did a lot of knee lifts today. So it might feel good for you to really lean back, or not really lean back, tiny lean back, opening up your chest and noticing how this stretch feels in the front of your hip. Awesome, nice and slow. Let that foot go. We're going to switch sides. So pulling that heel in towards your tush, opening up this front hip flexor, maybe leaning back a tiny, tiny bit to deepen that stretch. This is also a good chest stretch I'm just feeling here. Beautiful. Slowly let that go. We're going to do one of my all-time favorite stretches. This is great after a workout that focuses on your chest and upper body. Or if you sit at a desk all day or if you spend a lot of time sitting in a car, this is my number one recommendation. You're going to put your hands on the back of this chair and start to walk backwards. Notice how I'm keeping my back flat here. So I'm not arching my back. I'm not dropping it down like this. I'm working to keep it flat and I'm melting my chest towards my toes. I feel this really deep in my armpits, in my side body, our lats that we worked a lot. And when you find the edge of your stretch, it could feel good to slowly sway side to side. Notice how that feels in your side bodies. Melting your chest towards the floor. And to get out of this stretch, we're going to keep our hands on the back of the chair and slowly start to take small steps, coming back up to an upright position. Let's take a seat. We're going to do a figure 4 stretch. You can do this on the ground if you want, or you can stay on a chair. Same shape, same stretch. We'll stack our right ankle on top of our left thigh. Not the left knee. We want to keep it on the thigh to protect that knee joint. And flex your right toes. That's going to take care of your right knee. Your hand presses into that thigh, and you're going to feel it opening in that right hip flexor stretch. If you want to deepen this, hinge forward at the hips, bringing your chest closer to your lower body. Ooh, that's a deep stretch. So you may or may not like this, but when I reach the edge in my stretches, I find it helpful to find tiny micro movements. So just slowly swaying my chest back and forth, or maybe finding a few deep breaths and noticing how that creates even more space, and I can deepen this stretch a little bit more. So when you feel ready to switch sides, slowly unwind, plant that foot, and then we'll bring our left ankle onto our right thigh. This time you flex your left toes to protect this knee. And you press your hand into this thigh. Noticing how this side might feel different. You may or may not want to hinge forward on this side. You may or may not want to find a sway. Definitely finding some big, deep breaths. Drawing out those inhales. Drawing out your exhales. And when you feel even on your hips, you're going to come up, and we're going to do a modified crescent lunge to keep stretching out our hips a little bit more. So you're welcome to do this without the chair. I think the chair is an awesome tool. So we're going to turn sideways and plant this foot. This knee stays at 90 degrees, and I'll step this foot back. So I'm on the edge of my chair here. You could hold on for support, or your hands might be here, wherever you want them. So again, we're opening up this right hip flexor stretch. And it might feel good to raise your gaze, open up your chest, and then slowly hinge back just a tiny bit, creating extra space in that hip. It could feel good to hold onto the chair for that. You might play with how bent this back knee is, more bent or a little more straight, finding the stretch that you're looking for. And then slowly coming back to the center. We're going to stop in the middle. We have nice wide feet. Heels are in, toes are out, hands come onto our thighs. And then we start to make big circles with our chest, leaning forward and then leaning back. Yes, this is another one of my favorites. And then we're going to reverse it. Noticing how that feels in your hips, hopefully as good as it feels in my hips. And then we'll get ready for our crescent lunge on this other side. So, planting this foot, stepping this foot back, finding our balance on the edge of our chair, and then finding our hands in a supportive position. Grow tall, open your chest, raise your gaze, and on your exhale, feel free to slowly hinge back just 1 or 2 inches. Nothing major. Just opening up that left hip flexor a tiny bit more now, or whatever leg you have stepped back. Breathing deeply for a few more moments. And then slowly coming back to the center. Let's bring our heels back, hip width apart, and let's end our classes the same way Lauren does. We'll take a big inhale, and then on the exhale, we'll say yay, drawing it out for as long as your breath can. Here we go. Big inhale, reach out and up, grow tall at the top. Yay! Round of applause at the bottom, y'all. You did it. That was no joke. Drink some water. It's always a good idea to stretch more. I hope you had a great time. My name's Elena. I hope to be back for more, and let me know how you did in the comments. Thanks, y'all.